Jazz Fest at Aaron Davis Hall on the campus of CCNY. Jazz is an American tradition out of New Orleans, and Harlem has a rich history of jazz that goes back to the Harlem Renaissance. But if you look around today, fewer and fewer jazz venues remain. Today's economy is certainly a factor, but jazz's popularity has declined since the days of Duke Ellington and Lil Hart Armstrong. But will American jazz be able to survive, or will it go away along with these historic spots that once meant so much to this community? We checked in with CCNY jazz students on the topic.
I think people don't appreciate jazz as much as like 10 years before or so. Maybe I think people nowadays more likely like to listen to a simple music, rather than the music they can appreciate with little more studies.
Here in New York, there definitely is a sort of cluster of people who appreciate jazz when they go out to clubs and restaurants, but it is, currently more of a fringe music to appreciate if you're a listener these days.
CCNY professor of jazz studies and director of the Jazz Festival, Mike Holliber, disagrees.
It is appreciated. It may be harder to build an audience because I don't think jazz has that publicity machine that pop music has, or the social net, the computer net established that pop music. It doesn't have the record companies or moneymakers behind it that seem to really generate the energy that sells some other kinds of music. It seems like that's what it takes now.
Holliber sees a shift in where jazz gigs can be found.
I spent a lot of time in Europe, and the work there is very good. Audiences are bigger.
I think in Korea, getting more respectful as time goes on. I think more jazz musicians are coming out.
South Korean pop singer Lee Hyori rewrites the rules on how jazz music can sound. She incorporates jazz with hip-hop, defining a new trend. Her recent single, Miss Korea, has gone straight to #1 in Korean pop charts, transcending the sound of jazz. Professor Holliber, who also works as a freelance composer and pianist, says that everything, including jazz, evolves over time. And he is optimistic about the future of jazz in America.
Well, I played a concert Saturday night, and there were over 600 people there, and they were all cheering at the end, and it was fantastic.
He encourages his students to have patience and dedication with their dreams as jazz musicians.
Because there's a lot of different ways that you can work as a musician once you get out of school. Not everybody ends up being a jazz star, but there's so many different places to work, a teacher at so many different levels, all the way down to like elementary school, which a lot of my friends had taught.
The future of jazz in America can be debated many ways. Despite these challenges, CCNY's jazz program continues to persevere in educating those interested in music. Jasmine Yevas at Aaron Davis Hall on the campus of CCNY.